Hello, welcome to Sustainable House Day. I'm Leslie Payton from Payton Constructions, and we build energy efficient homes in the Canberra region. This house is an energy efficient house which has been built to passive house standards. It's in the Gundaroo area in around Canberra. This house is so energy efficient that it doesn't need heating. It's going to be a very comfortable house to live in. So let's see if we can understand what's going to make this house really energy efficient, and I want to show you that it's really common sense. If you understand it, you'll be more able to make sure any house that you're going to build is going to be energy efficient. So first, it's the orientation. Now this is very important. This allows you to get maximum sun into the house in the winter time, but minimal sun into the house in the summertime. Keep warm in winter, keep cool and simple in summer, fairly straightforward. The second part is the thermal comfort of the house. We use passive house standards to try and achieve this. The important elements of this is, one, it's got to be highly insulated so that you don't lose or gain heat. It's got to be very airtight, again, so that you don't lose or gain air. You want to try and minimise any thermal breaks. That's where energy can be pushed in or dragged out of a house. That'll compromise the comfort inside the house. Then you're going to be so airtight that you'll need an energy efficient heat recovery system in it, or some way of ventilating the house without opening the windows. And lastly, you want very good quality windows. Now this particular, and then the third aspect is just general good design, having the bedrooms in the right place, the living areas in the right place, having it so it all works and interacts well. And then there's the aesthetics. You want it to look good. It's really a piece of art. It's a once in a lifetime chance to design something that's very, very good. The design aspect of it is very important. The actual construction techniques are very important. Now this home, it's facing north, which is the optimum, which means that we can get the maximum amount of sun into this house in the winter time. So if we've got a window at the front of the house that's 2 metres high, we're actually getting 3 metres of sun into the house on the concrete slab. That will make it very, very warm. And then in the summertime, our eaves are going to be such that the shadow of the sun is actually going to be outside the windows of the house. No sun will get into this house, and the sun will actually even be kept off of most of the external walls. And that's very important if you're trying to keep cool. Exclude that sun. The sun is your heat source. Exclude it or include it, control it. That's what's going to give you a good result. This house has got very high levels of insulation underneath the floor, very high levels of insulation in the walls. These walls are much thicker than normal, much higher insulation than normal. We've got very good insulation in the ceiling. So literally you're in a box which is extremely well insulated. This house has got a wrap around it, which is part of how we get it to seal very well. It's almost like a Gore-Tex wrap. And it's very airtight, so when we heat up the air inside, none of this air is going to be lost. There are no thermal breaks. We've got very good quality windows. These windows are extremely good for insulating from the inside to the out. They're also very airtight. They're PVC, double glazed. Probably what I would say you would want to put in any house if you really wanted it to perform well. This house also has what we've called before a heat recovery ventilation system. It's just a way of putting moving the air around the house, but also not losing any heat at the same time, just to keep it healthy. It's a very common aspect of a lot of houses in Europe. Now this particular house has got a few other features. It has its own solar energy system. It's got its own sewage system. This house is pretty much off-grid. So look, without going into any deeper, there's a lot more bits and pieces to it. There's a lot of science behind it. If you'd like more information, by all means give us a call or make contact and we can go over things in more detail. At the end of the day, I hope this has been helpful. Building an energy efficient house is really using common sense principles. It's not complicated, it's not much more expensive, it will give you a much better result. We hope that anybody who wants to build a house can use these principles to get a much better result. Thank you.